By now, many of you have probably already heard of the woman that I'm talking about, but in case y'all are unaware, the person I'm going to be talking about today is someone by the name of Lauren Witzke. And I believe I have talked about her before, but I have to give a shout out to Kid Gravity because he was the first person I heard actually talk about this particular story. And then I saw some other people talk about her as well. I saw the amazing Lucas talked about her, and Harvey did a video on her as well, basically on the same topic that I'm going to talk about right now. And that's this post that she made on March 11th on her Twitter or X account, where she posted up a video, a 27-second video of this black woman who was a pilot, literally just doing her job. And you know, there's been this thing that they don't like the fact that black people are piloting these planes, or they say it's a DEI thing or diversity thing, or it's an affirmative action thing, even though affirmative action has been tossed, to the wayside. It is basically in that documented sky up above, below, wherever it is. And she's basically piggybacking or echoing or copycatting whatever it is that Charlie Kirk has been saying for the last couple of months, and what of course he says makes no sense as well. But she says in the post, as your silver haired maverick pilots retire, aka white men, meet his new replacement. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, this woman that's in this video piloting this plane is more than qualified to pilot the plane. Yet here you have a woman who wouldn't even be qualified to make a damn grilled cheese sandwich correctly, having something to say about it. I'm not surprised by Lauren's position at all. This woman is a walking failure. I think she ran for some kind of political seat or political whatever, and she lost that. So what did she do? The same thing that they all do. Get on social media and talk about black people all day, because that is something that they can't get out of their heads. For some reason, all their failures goes back to black people. Apparently, that's just what it is. So she made this post, but if you look at the screenshot a little bit better, she got hit by the community notes. Now, the community notes on X, in case you're unaware, basically is a fact checker. When you post something that's inaccurate and they come back and say, well, by the way, what you said was not true. And it says on her community tab, on her community text, it says, this pilot is doing nothing wrong in this clip. And it actually put a link to the FAA regulations as far as it comes to when it's dealing with being a pilot, which takes a lot of hours, a lot of training, a lot of research. It takes a lot to become a pilot. But the way that people like Lauren and Charlie put this stuff out there, they make it seem like being a pilot is as easy as riding a bike without training wheels. But none of them would I wouldn't even trust either one of them to pilot an air paper plane. A paper airplane. I would not trust them to do it. That thing would nosedive the minute it left their fingertips, let alone pilot an actual 747 or one of those banana style airplanes that you do when you go skydiving. I wouldn't trust them with it at all. But she made sure to make that particular post. But she didn't stop there. The community notes ended up getting her again. And it says, she says landing gear, not I'm scared, as part of normal takeoff procedure. You can see the captain's arm reach out to raise the landing gear. And basically she wrote I'm scared and was basically trying to say, oh, the community notes have gotten me. So she's saying it in a very, I guess in her way, a sarcastic tone. And it still came back to bite her, because even then the community notes came back and got her again, even just for saying that in response to her own post when she got checked for what she said. But this is the type of person that Lauren Witzke is. Now, if y'all remember, and it wasn't that long ago, I did that video talking about how Elijah Schaffer came out and he called Halle Bailey ugly. He compared her to E.T. And I said that was not the best thing for him to do, because what ended up happening is it backfired on him, because people started to dig up things about not only him, but then his wife and his deceased mother, which people did not know his mother had died, or let alone died from cancer at the time they said it, ended up catching strays. And well, Lauren ended up catching her own stray, not someone connected to her, but she caught her own stray or should I say strays, based on the fact of her making this post. Because the thing is, it's gotten to the point where people are tired of people like Lauren Witzke and Charlie Kirk, that whenever you say something like this that makes no sense and it holds no weight, people are going to go and dig into your past. And the thing is, with Lauren, it didn't take much for people to dig and find this bit of information right here. So in case y'all are unaware, Lauren Witzke has a record, and this is her mugshot right here. Yes, that is Lauren Witzke. I know she looks horrible, and the woman is like around my age. Now, have you seen other pictures of her? She's all glammed up, but right here, she looks extremely, extremely methed out. And that's probably because she is. But this is a mugshot of her dated August the 4th, 2017. And what's crazy is this was right around the time when the events of Charlottesville was getting ready to happen. I think Charlottesville happened like a week or two later. Now, of course, no one knew who the hell Lauren Witzke was at the time. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares now. But that is her mugshot. So you're probably wondering, what in the world did she do in order to get this mugshot? Well, looky here. This is cut slightly from Wikipedia, where it says Witzke was raised Methodist. She's a former drug user and was arrested in 2017 for possession of methamphetamine and heroin, driving under the influence, and resisting arrest after being found unresponsible within a car parked in a busy, and then it cuts off. I mean, you pretty much get the gist of it from it right there. And I believe she also used to run them narcotics as well. So she has absolutely no room to have anything to say about anybody, especially this black woman who's a pilot, because this black pilot has two things on her, two things working with her that Lauren does not. Clearly, she has a very awesome career, and two, she's definitely very successful. And here's the thing. Lauren has two things working against her that could not even get her in the job world or the career path of being a pilot. And that is the fact that, one, she has an arrest record. She has a record. And two, she's known to use drugs. For starters, you should not be a person on any type of narcotic like that and trying to pilot a plane. Nor should you have a record like she does, because why would they hire you to get this type of job? See, this is the example of a woman who is a straight up failure, and she's taking out her transgressions out on successful black people because she feels that she, as a white woman, should have everything just handed right to her. How dare anyone else come in and take away what I believe should be mine, even though she didn't work for it. But then again, they've been told so long that you don't have to work too hard. You can have everything just handed to you on a silver platter, and those Negroes over there can't, they're beneath you. They've been told that lie for so long that they started to internalize it, and they've gone along with it, and it's kicking their ass right now. Lauren Witzke comes from a long line of PC anti-black bitches, and that goes for the men too, because Charlie Kirk definitely falls into that category as well, who are staunch failures in life in everything that they do, and their first initial thought is, let's stomp down and beat down on those who we think are lesser than. Yet the pilot that Lauren has been going in on or talked about, first off, this pilot doesn't know this woman from a can of paint. She out there living her best life, having the time of her life in her career, while Lauren is sitting online doing God knows what, or just sitting about there talking about and thinking about black people all day. Meanwhile, this woman is out there living her life and having the time of her life in a very, very interesting career where there aren't a lot of black people at. But the very thought of seeing successful black people in this field just pisses them off. Well, guess what, Lauren? And guess what, Charlie? I hope it pisses you off so much to the point where you get a goddamn aneurysm. Take with that as you will. Because honestly, I think the world would be better without people like her and Charlie Kirk. And to be truthfully honest, I don't think there's anybody out there with an ounce of sanity that would disagree with that statement.